Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is July 10th, 2021, and I'm going to be taking some lavender cuttings today from this English lavender plant here. Now, I'm gardening in Pennsylvania in Zone 5B, so this lavender is hardy for my growing zone. And English lavender is also known as true lavender. And you can grow lavender from seeds, which I do have videos on my channel for how to do that, but you can also grow lavender from cuttings. So in this video here, I'm going to be teaching you how to take cuttings from your lavender plants and how to propagate your plants for more plants. So you can see here's one of my branches right here, and it's branching off of a main stem with a flower on the end of it. And I'm going to be cutting this flower later on to dry it. But I don't want to lose all these side pieces here, because these are nice size pieces here. So I'm just going to take my clean, sharp pruning shears here, and I'll put a link down in the description for these. You don't want something too big or aggressive. I'm just going to cut right here. So I'm going to do, my container fits 4. So 1, 2... see here, I'm kind of looking the plant over here, seeing if I can find another piece here where they're branching off at. This one here is taking some yesterday, so I think I pretty much got a lot of these. Okay, we'll just do these 2 for now. So it's time to go over to the workbench. So we're over at the workbench here, and you can see there's blossoms here. So these were going to bloom, but because I was going to cut that stem, we were going to lose the blooms anyway. So I'm just going to take these blooms out, because that will actually take the energy out of your cuttings, and we don't want to do that, because we want our cuttings to root. Now some people like to use root tone. I don't use that very often. You can see here's one of my pieces here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut it a little bit up higher, 45-degree angle, right there, and I'm going to remove any leaves that would be under the soil or touching the soil surface, because I don't want any issues with any kind of disease or anything like that, starting because it's touching the potting mix. Now the potting mix that I'm using is the Beyond Peat Professional Organic Potting Mix. And I just started using this. I actually just got it, and I did a bunch of lavender cuttings up. And they seem to be doing well so far. So I'm going to be doing more of these. Here. Cut this just a little bit closer here. And your roots are going to come out from here. These are your leaf nodes right here. And that's where your roots are going to come out from. So I'm just going to stick this in here. Pull this up just a little bit here. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to give them some water here. Now when you take your cuttings, you want a really well-drained soil, and this soil appears to be really well-drained from what I'm seeing, but it also does hold some moisture, which is good for your cuttings as well, because you don't want your cuttings to dry out. So I have already put a tag in for these and the date for when I did them, and I'm going to put them in shade. Now when you're working with your cuttings, you want to make sure that the container that you pick for your cuttings has well drained. Like, you want to make sure it has a lot of drain holes in for the water to drain out. If your container doesn't have drain holes, your cuttings are going to rot, and any roots that will come out are going to rot as well. So I'm going to be putting these in the shade, and probably in about 14 days they should have started to root. Now one of the ways you can tell when your cuttings are starting to root is they'll start to actually grow out new growth on your cuttings. You can give a gentle tug on them, but what I find is you rip your little cuttings loose when you tug on them after they've rooted. So So if you do choose to tug on them, you want a very, very gentle tug on them, not anything hard, because what will actually happen is you'll tear your roots loose and you can lose your cuttings then. You want to keep your soil moist. You don't want to let it dry out. You can mist your cuttings because your leaves will take the water in when you mist them, but that's up to you. I prefer not to cover mine. I know some like put them in like plastic bags and different things with a little bit of air coming in. I find my cuttings rot when I do that, so I just prefer to take my cuttings like this, put them in the shade, mist them if you have to, and keep your soil moist. So when these root, I will come back with another video update and I will show them to you. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button that tells I put a new video on. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'll have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank you for watching and I hope you have a nice day. Bye!